Catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.
Ooh, it's a breezy day. It's rained, and when it rains, it pours. That means we don't really have so much of stable internet when it rains. We start checking to see maybe everything is good and fine. And I like the fact that the cloud services these days are improving. I mean, MTN with 5G. I can't wait. I'm here for the boundless possibilities that technology is offering. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Cruise Control. My name is Bookii, your host as usual. On this show, we usually talk to game changers, change drivers, and of course, people doing innovative stuff in the tech ecosystem. And today is no different. I'm going to be talking to a software engineer specializing in enterprise and cloud native applications, and also currently working with an integration consultant at Infobip. This person, all those software people, they are very genius. So I'm going to be touching his head and saying, please give us some of your knowledge around the subject of customer service. Right now, if you're new in the tech space, the buzzing word is chatbot everywhere, and artificial intelligence. Gosh, if you're on my show, I'm sure you know how we roll. We always have information in that regards. And today I'll be speaking with Jasper. Jasper is going to be letting us know how important chatbots are and how we can automate our customer services for our businesses, and of course how we, the customers for these businesses, can also get a good customer engagement and support that we need. Hi, Jasper.
Hello.
Yes. Welcome to Cruise Control. How are you feeling? How is the weather with you?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Where is just cloudy over here?
It's cloudy. It's rained over here already, but it's back to being cloudy, dark and everything. I've told people to stop saying weather for two, because that's not an excuse to be innovative. No. Weather for facing technology, coding, doing something. No lazy weather around here. So on that note, I'm going to ask you how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you feeling today? And this is in regards to how technology is shaping our life and turning things around. How are you feeling about it?
8.
8. That's a good number. Quite high. Yeah. You're high-spirited.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. It's actually a good thing that we have these innovations coming up here and there. More like every day we wake up, we are seeing or meeting one new thing or the other. So sure, it keeps us on our toes.
Yeah, I share that with you, because I recently complained about how my network provider changed their dialing codes, and it just I was supposed to be angry, but then again I took up the challenge. I'm like, okay, it's been so long that I've been using this code. I think my brain needs some grease. So I started exercising some part of my brain to get all the codes. And there are so many, more than 10. And you have to use this thing constantly. So you have to always change these from back old to new. But I'm getting good at it. So I feel like a 5. I'm catching up. So I was during the introduction, I was talking about the buzzword around this tech landscape right now. It's automation. Everything seems to be automated. But before I jump into that, I would really like my audience to know who I'm speaking with. So I know I've introduced you, but I would like a proper introduction from you. What do you do? How do you do what you do? And why?
Not something I'm great at, but okay. So like you said, my name is, I'll just steal what you said. My name is Jasper. I'm a software engineer. I'm currently working as an integration consultant at Infobip. Infobip is a communication platform that focuses on helping businesses communicate more efficiently with their customers over different channels: SMS, emails, WhatsApp, Viber, Messenger, you name it. So, tech is fun, tech is life. You get to build stuff, and it gets to keep you indoors and safe.
Does it ever get boring doing what you do?
I won't say it get boring, but it gets tiring sometimes. So then you have to watch a movie or do something else and then come back.
You listen to music also?
Who doesn't listen to music?
You'll be surprised. There are some people who are so focused with work or achieving the next big thing that they don't have time for musical pleasure. So you would be surprised. Say congratulations to them. So I'm just thinking, before you became a software engineer, what were you doing? Or have you always wanted to be a software engineer and now you're just being a software engineer?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had any career shifts. So this is just me right out of school. But then, before then, I was in school. So
I feel like people who take up tech careers are always in school. They've always got one course or learning programs that they're on. Every single time they're learning something. Every single time they have a course or an exams that they're supposed to pass to be able to advance to the next level of their career. So I kind of understand.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's just move into the conversation proper, because I'm looking for how to get you up and jiggy on this show. I want that spirit of 8. Yes, the high spirits to come out. So let's talk about something you're super interested in, which is automation. And as a software engineer, please break this down for us. What is a chatbot? And of course, describe how chatbot has become AI powered.
Okay.
In the simplest form that you could actually explain to people who are interested in this subject, but they don't know how to go about it. They don't even know the meaning. So let's start from there. So what is a chatbot and the operations of AI-powered chatbots?
So basically, a chatbot is an application that responds to an interaction with a user in the context of chatting, exchanging messages over a messaging platform like WhatsApp or a custom one as of that. So, instead of a human replying on the other side, we simply have an application that does that. So I think in the simplest form, that's what a chatbot is.
Okay. So it's more like a fireside where you get your response. You ask a question and you get your response. Like a FAQ. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the use cases of a chatbot. So, yeah, it's one of the use cases of a chatbot. A chatbot can be used for so many things. Self-service, FAQs, and marketing. So, yeah.
So let's look at the marketing aspect of it. So how can this chatbot help businesses with their marketing strategy or marketing implementation? I
mean, it's basically the same thing that can be done over any communication channel. It involves, one surveys. You can use your chatbot to collect surveys from a user concerning how the user enjoyed your product or your service. You can also use that as a way of informing the user of, other services and products you have and trying to engage the user. If, let's say, a user haven't used your product in a while, you can try to engage the user and use cases like that.
So this, I'm just thinking, this chatbot, does it collate the data of the customer so that when the customer comes back, it kind of remembers the line of how this customer likes to be served?
Sure. Like I said, the chatbot is basically an application. So it depends on how the application is programmed to run. Some applications will not want to, store the details, but I think on a basic level, details have to be stored. That is how applications get to be able to do what they can do. Without data, an application will basically be nothing. So yeah, data is stored, and it also helps in terms of when a live agent is meant to take over at some point. The live agent can also go through what has been conversed and know where to jump in.
I like the fact that you mentioned the live agent, because in this space we usually talk about everything that relates to techies, and some techies have the fear that their jobs could be replaced depending on the service they render or offer. But right now, since AI is coming into play, aside techies, even normal people going to their work, to their 9 to 5, to their offices or to their businesses are feeling like some of their colleagues or workers have to be replaced because it simplifies the system, and of course it makes everything faster. So do you think that this is possible, that this AI powered chatbot is going to replace human labor in the workforce?
Okay, I think this question is out of the scope of chatbots entirely and more into AI and its
no, because some chatbots. I was doing my research and I found that some chatbots are kind of AI powered.
We actually have AI powered chatbots, obviously. So
I'm just thinking, because people are so scared that with these whole new technologies springing up every day, that they're going to lose their job or their position in a company. So that's the reason why I'm asking.
Honestly, I can't say. I don't know. It depends on
where technology they carry us, they go.
It depends on your boss. It depends on your role. It depends on the value you bring. So I mean, if your employer feels that you can be replaced by a machine and maybe save costs by doing that, and then get more things done, then it's possible.
Jasper, with your response, I'm just thinking, when it gets to you maybe pointing out who should go down, like the way there's been layoff in the tech space, you're definitely going to have a hard time. Like, oh no, not you. I want you to stay. I don't want you to go. I know. I can sense it. So I'm just thinking,
the truth is that you can't actually replace human beings with applications. I mean, human beings are what makes applications. Without human beings, the applications are just there. So for me, I believe people should not really see this, and full disclaimer, I'm stealing this from somebody's comments. So people should not see chatbots as their replacement. They should see them as their assistant. So the best thing you can do for yourself is try to get acquainted with what's coming up, the new stuffs, how you can use them to help you and retain your role, or even be more efficient in your role or get a better role. So people should not really see them as their replacements, or how will I put it, something that is coming to destroy their life, and steal and destroy.
I think for me that was actually a good response. It's kind of reassuring just knowing that a software engineer is telling us this, that you as a human, you still be in charge and in control of all these technologies. That's kind of reassuring. I'm just moving on now, and I'm trying to put myself in all angles and see the reception of the users of these chatbots. Because let me ask first, what are the kind of businesses that could use these automated customer services?
Any business can. I mean, I don't think there's any business that don't interact with stakeholders, customers, suppliers, employees, shareholders, you name it. So basically, tech is an all-industry thing. So also our chatbots, so also our automations.
I think the answer is good, but I'm just thinking for those people who are still trying to catch on, the fear of how to use this, or can they build it on their own? How can they get this chatbot to help their businesses? What way do they go?
Okay, so you're talking about actually implementing the chatbot into your organization.
The tools, yes.
I mean, there are so many tools now, and the good thing is these tools have provided the ability for you to integrate them into your system. So we all know that the big player in the game, who, if I would say, started all this buzz, is ChatGPT. I have not really played with it or played around with it, but then I know that it has interfaces through which you actually integrate them with your system. So it's left for anyone who wants to make use of them to do their research properly and know which of these tools out there that will suit their needs. Most people are building tools upon other tools, like some people are already extending ChatGPT and making them available on other tools and all that. So it's just a matter of the interface that are being given to these tools. So if they are giving the interface through which can integrate them, that's cool, and I believe most of them does. So that's basically it. And also, the business also look at the costing, the price of actually using this, because not all these services are free. I mean, it's not actually easy to.
Sometimes they give you trial. You have
Yeah,
a trial
I mean,
period.
it's not actually easy to get an AI model to work. So I don't think anybody will be giving out an AI model for free. So the cost should also be looked at, and basically that's it. Okay, so just to speak a little, even here at Infobip, we have this chatbot building tool. It's called Answers, which you can actually use to build chatbots on different channels: a WhatsApp chatbot, Telegram, Messenger, and other platforms as well, or Viber, I believe. Tools like this are stuff people can use to easily bring in this automation into their business. If they also feel that they want to build something of their own from the ground up, I mean, they can explore that, but then,
I like the fact that you guys are giving option to build from the ground up, because sometimes it's just like they already have a set of questions and they just put it more. I already asked you about personalized responses and you said yes, as long as they collate their data. I'm just now looking at the self-serving or engagement or support being provided by this software. I personally, I'm going to use myself as an example. Lately, I wanted to register for medicals, and the URL I was using was not correct. Something was missing. So I'm being directed to the alternate website, and from the alternate website, I could not put my bookings in. So I struggled with that for like 2 weeks. Only for me I was just told, just call the customer care response number straight. So I called and I waited for a really long time. They had this automation response that would come: you are number 7. Then another thing would come, which is the person's voice. That's an agent's voice saying, be patient, don't worry, what number are you? So me listening to the agent speaking, thinking the agent was talking to me directly, not knowing that the agent just have to respond after the automation and go off. I don't even know if the agent is also automated. Then I would respond that my number is 7. And the thing, after responding that my number is 7, I would hear the robotic voice saying, you are number 7. So I'm like, after doing this back and forth for a long time, getting to number 4, I said I give up. I don't understand. Am I the one to respond or the robot to respond on my behalf, letting me know the waiting number I'm on? So sometimes it's kind of confusing. I wanted to scream at that point, like, please just let me speak to an agent. But it took a while. I definitely got to the number 1 and spoke to an agent. But I'm just thinking, in that situation, sometimes people are not so patient. We don't have time, especially looking at how everything is like microwave age right now. It has to be fast and prompt. Do you think that customers' reception to these chatbots, is it very welcoming, or we're still building on trusting the chatbot system?
Okay, so once again, we have deviated to a call center.
Because I see that most businesses are now using it. They don't have the time to just keep you waiting and say, oh, we are going to respond to you shortly, but wait. So if you have like questions that could be answered by this system, they just push you to the direction, okay, go press this number. Isn't that how it works? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
So I feel like they were utilizing both the chatbot system and the human agent also together, just to ensure that, you know how when you listen to robotic voice for a long time, you're just going to be so angry. I'm Nigerian. I'm sorry. I don't hide this side of me. I get quite impatient and all of that stuff. So I felt like the agent's voice was actually helping me calm my nerves, or just be patient with them. It's putting the human factor to the system, but I know I was not getting response to a human agent till I got to the number where I could actually now speak to a person.
Yeah, so basically when it comes to the call parts, I think we actually call it IVR. We don't actually call it a chatbot in that sense anymore. Interactive voice response. Okay. So it's basically the same concept, anyways. You know, you have an application that is being programmed to give responses based on certain inputs that it gets. And obviously, we know that to an extent, there are actually queries that it can't process properly, and then we have the needs of the agents. So when it comes to the whole agent part and the delay and the queue, it basically falls on the organization that house the call center. You know, how many agents do we have available that are working on the waiting queue, and how fast are these agents actually processing the requests that come to them. Obviously, the interactive voice response system that is put in front of the agents actually help to reduce this queue by, handling some common issues that users call in with or for, but then most of the times it's not sufficient. In this case, I would seriously advise call center solutions to deviate from keeping people on a waiting queue, because we know that being on the call waiting is money. So I believe that call centers should more or less start implementing this callback system, whereby, for me, I believe this is much better, whereby somebody calls in, give the person a number, and then the person can drop off the call and, save airtime, save time doing something else. And once an agent is available to attend to the person can get a call back or get an SMS to call again. For me, I believe that that would actually help, but it's not actually an automation thing. So
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I'll learn to be patient, but I already sorted that side. I'm just thinking of another angle again. Like, I know these days I have friends who sell digital products. They sell they render digital services, and people would have some problems or complaints. And they already, when I was talking to my friend about it, say, there's already FAQ for troubleshooting and the likes of it. And I'm like, okay, what about if the person is struggling with something that is not on the FAQ? This chatbot system, so is it really going to be satisfying? That's basically my point, because I'm a human. Sometimes I like to just talk to somebody and rant, like fully rant. Or if I'm patronizing a company and I really want to get the optimum or service that they offer, can chatbot help me? In terms of communication, I'm looking at the barriers now.
So, yeah, basically this is what I actually said in my speech about what I think when it comes to chatbots replacing people. So, yeah, just like you said, you like when you're talking to an actual person.
Yes,
so,
now, are you not feeling my voice? Are you not feeling my sometimes I call these customer agents too, and I just talk to them nicely, because some of them could be having like not so bright days, and when I call and I speak to them, I ended up like feeling relieved, because okay, someone listening to my complaint, and they're always patient. But robots, you just be typing your question and they'll tell you, is this what you want? Go straight. Sometimes I'm in Nigeria, I just want to talk.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So my point is, like I said, the chatbots are not here to replace people. They are just here to assist. So they have their limits, because they can't actually do everything and cover all grounds.
Okay,
and
let me
and satisfy everybody. So they are just there to assist. The truth is, they can't actually satisfy every need possible. There's still need for human interaction. There is still need for people to speak to someone and interact with someone and get a better understanding and relationship.
Okay, I'm just going through some of my research that I did on this conversation, and there's something called the customer routing. Is that something you can break down for people who are still trying to get a hang of where this conversation is leading?
Customer routing.
Yeah.
I mean, when you say routing, there are so many things that can be applied to that. So customer routing in what context?
I mean,
for
somebody who have like a small business, or let's say not so big business, and they're trying to use this technology and they want to know how they can move about it, because first of all, they really want to use this chatbot or this new technology to be able to attend to most of their customers, and their customers seems to be growing large and large and large every day, so they can't really attend to them with a fast response. So they're looking at ways to just automate the system. So the customer routing, how does it work? Moving the customer around the software or the system. I'm sorry, I'm just asking this because I'm in people's head right now, and I don't know. I'm just getting all this information from them. It's not me.
Are you psychic?
I try to get the best from experts because whether we like it or not, some people would not be clear. No matter how you explain, they will still have personal related questions that they want to ask. So I'm asking on their behalf.
Okay, when you talk about customer routing, it's simply a topic of how you, like you said, move the customer through your call center system. So, who do you direct the customer to and all that? It's basically, who you direct what queue you put the customer on. So, let's say you can have a queue for questions, you can have a queue for issues, you can have a queue for making purchases over the phone. So, and you can have routing that, okay, fine, if this person wants to ask a question, person goes to this queue. If this person wants to buy something, goes to this queue, and if this person wants to do whatever and anything, you just have these rules. It's basically a set of rules that determine what queue the person joins, which agent the person is being directed to, and all that. So you can say, okay, if this person is having a technical issue, you send him to a technical agent. If this person is having, like, how will I put it, a personal issue, or maybe a health issue, you send the person to a health agent and all that. So that's basically what routing is. It's basically a set of rules that determine the direction you point to your user once the person comes into your self-service system.
See, I told you at the start that I'm just going to be picking your brains and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving all the response because it's kind of giving me some answers that I'm okay with. Even though if they leave me on this show, I'm going to ask you questions till I break it down to the most simplest understanding. But it's good. I hope you're not tired yet. I have just a few questions to go. And this question, I want to go away from ChatBot right now. Let's come to Infobip. At Infobip, give us a brief of what you guys do over there and what you guys are offering, what products, what services you guys are offering.
Okay, so I'm not I'm not a marketer, but I'll try. I believe I've already listed out a few things. So like I said before, we are a communication service provider. We enable businesses to reach out to their customer over different channels and through different mechanisms. We have connections with channels like WhatsApp, Viber, and also SMS, calls, emails, USSD, and we offer these different provisions for people to be able to build efficient communication solutions with their customers. So we also have these SaaS products. Like I said before, we have a chatbot builder, which is called Answers, that allow people to easily build out the chatbots and deploy it on different chat messaging applications that supports. Okay, we also have a call center solution called Conversations, which have pretty much everything we've talked about, like the agents, the queues, the routing, and all that. And we also have an engagement solution called Moments, whereby you can build out a flow that interacts with people based on different activities and interactiveness with your organization. So take, for example, if someone goes to your application and pick some item into the cart and don't check out, you can actually contact the person on a later date and, remind the person that you left some items in your cart. Do you need help and stuff like that? So.
I just had a flashback of all the carts I have stored on different online stores. If they message me every day, that would be a problem.
I mean, it's not like an intrusion kind of stuff. It's just like how
Especially
will I
when
put it?
month ending is around and their automated system is reminding me that you've selected some items. Do you still want to keep it? You know, that would be such a tough one. I think that's a good marketing strategy.
Time to spend.
So
Yeah,
somebody
sure.
who say I'm not a marketer, that was actually a very, very good one, explaining what you guys do at Infobip.
Thank you so much.
So if you were not being a software engineer, what would you be doing? What other thing do you see yourself that you'd have been doing if you're not a software engineer?
If I was not a software engineer, I would be a computer engineer.
Okay, I'm going to take you out of the tech space now. What would you actually love to do that is not related to tech?
I don't see it.
So tech chose you, you chose tech. That's really good.
Kind of, yeah.
I say kind of. So give advice to people who are trying to find their way around this tech career, still trying to go through the motion of building themselves and also trying to catch up with learning all they need to advance in their career in technology.
Advice.
Give advice now that have helped you. I'm sure there is something that you actually pick up as motivation to get you going every day.
Yeah, I mean, I believe we all have the same advice. Work hard to succeed, focus, just basically the normal stuff we all hear.
We don't have the same advice. You say work hard every day, because when you said work hard, do you know my mind just said play hard?
Yeah, you also have to play hard, if not you'll get frustrated. I mean, why not?
So what do you do when you're frustrated? How do you ease off?
There are a lot of things to do now. You
Watch
can
movie,
sleep, you can eat, you can watch a movie, or you think about your life. And ask God why you got into tech in the first place.
Why tech chose you?
Then you could have as well become a fisherman and
some people,
fish.
the money is the motivation, Sha. When they think about the money they're earning and they just get back to work. Me, I'm speaking for myself on that regard. You just get back and you keep pushing till you achieve the best. Thank you so much for your time on the show. It's been an interesting conversation with you, Jasper.
All right, thank you. So, for that advice thing, let me see whether I can cook up something real quick.
Let's go.
You have to read. You have to read a lot, and you have to practice what you read and watch a lot of videos, as many videos as you can watch. Basically, read about tech, read about any technology you want to go into. When you read, you can watch a video that will give you more insights on how to start implementing what you have read. Okay, and then after that, you actually start implementing. It's not going to be pretty, but then you just keep doing it over and over again, and you start getting used to certain things. And also, for those in the learning stage, you also need to, one thing that helps is picking a project, okay? Because trying things out at random might not actually make you focus, but you can just pick a project. It can be something that already exists, but you just feel that, okay, fine, let me just make a replica for myself. You can either pick a project or you can jump on any voluntary projects that are out there. A lot of people are trying to build some projects as startups, and they're looking for people who will just volunteer. But then I won't really advise somebody that is just starting off to jump on a production project, because but then yeah, read, watch a video, definitely practice what you have read and watched, and put that into a project.
There's no pray.
So,
because sometimes you need prayer. When the book doesn't go where you don't know, you just need prayer to come back.
Sure.
So I'm just thinking what advice you'd give to maybe a software engineer that is not getting maximum satisfaction with his job or what he's doing at the moment. So give that person like you also an advice. Like your guy, but it's not just getting that happiness or this chill feeling that you have.
It depends on...
Your guy is on a 3, you are on a 8. Like, now.
It depends on what is making the person unhappy. It depends on whether it's financials or whether he's finding it difficult to get things done. So, what unhappiness are we looking at?
You said it. Because unhappiness have category. Some people is just and their mood is going to change from 0 to 100 fast. Other people, they just need to see probably the face of their loved one, or some people just need to get encouragement or support with what they're doing. Just to tell them that keep going, you've come this far, believe in what you're doing. I think I've given the advice by myself. Jasper, you see. Thank you so much, Jasper, for your time on the show. It's really nice talking to you. I enjoyed this conversation. It's more chilled. I just believe that the people listening would be able to pick some important information. And if they like to connect, how can they connect with you? Maybe to ask their own personalized questions.
Okay, so I believe you can contact me on LinkedIn. Let's go with LinkedIn. Then from there.
So what's the name on LinkedIn?
My name on LinkedIn is my name, Jasper Anelechukwu.
Okay.
So
the same for Instagram also, guys. I went to look for Jasper Anelechukwu.
Yes, expose yourself, please.
I went into his DM. That's also something I'm encouraging people to do. When you see people who are relevant to what you're doing, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to slide into their DMs. You just might get a positive response. So that's my advice to wrap up the show. Thank you so much, Jasper, for your time on the show. You've made everything warm today. I don't even feel the cold no more. Thanks for sharing knowledge with us. It's always wonderful to have people share what they know with us on the show. Nice having you. Any last word you'd like to give? Any last word, or you've exhausted your... Let me tell you guys, Jasper does not like talking. He was asking me, this show that you're inviting me for, will it be like a long speech? I'm like, speech or choir? You're just coming to tell us some things, to ask questions. Sure, maybe Jasper was expecting that he will come to the podium or auditorium and be at the front and give you guys a life-saving speech. But thank you. You did, actually. You did. Hopefully we connect next time. From my decks, I'm wishing you a very, very lovely week full of achievement and success, and do have yourself a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
And yes, guys, that's Jasper. Really nice talking to people. It just kind of feels like a friend. Yeah, I slid into his DM. Don't mind me, guys. I slid into his DM to request that he comes on the show. They've been on other bigger platforms, so I go out to look for these people for you guys, because we're all learning on this show. I'm learning, you're learning, and we're all moving forward, one advancement and one broadcast at a time.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to catch up on all the live shows right here on africatechradio.com.